They say every road has an end, but some only devour what enters them. That's why, in certain places out in the country, the warning is repeated like a prayer. If you can, travel during the day, and never stop for anyone on the road. Not for the living, nor the dead. Some drivers swear they hear voices coming from their radios, even when they're off. Others see a woman on the side of the road, always at the same curve. But those who stop, those who get out, they are never found. Lucas worked as a delivery driver, transporting goods between small towns. He was familiar with the routes of the countryside, and because of that, he often dismissed the warnings of older drivers and locals. That Friday, a problem with a previous delivery made him leave his starting town much later than planned. The GPS indicated that he wouldn't reach his destination until around 3 a.m. Without cell service, without radio signal, and with the sky covered in dark clouds, he decided to go anyway. Highway 237 cut through dense forests and abandoned villages, rarely seeing much traffic at night. It was a silent road. Each kilometer seemed to stretch into emptiness. No other cars, no new signs, no radio stations. Just the sound of the engine and the echo of his own heart speeding up for no apparent reason. It was well past 2 a.m. when something broke the monotony of the road. A silhouette ahead at the curve. A woman, alone, wearing a white dress, her long hair wet, sticking to her face. She wasn't moving. She wasn't asking for a ride. She was just staring. Lucas slowed down. He wasn't sure why, but something in him braked. He stopped just a few meters away and lowered the window. "Are you okay, miss? Do you need help?" She didn't respond. She just pointed with her arm towards the forest beside the road. Lucas hesitated, then looked around. The forest seemed dark and inviting, and when he turned back, the woman was gone. But there were footprints on the wet asphalt. Not human. They looked like hooves, deep, burned marks, like something dragging the inferno itself. Lucas quickly got back in the car. He started the engine and accelerated, trying to shake the feeling of dread creeping up his spine. As he drove, the GPS froze. The clock on the dashboard froze at 3:33 a.m. The road, which had once seemed to wind with normality, now seemed to repeat itself. The same trees, the same broken fence, the same sign that read, "Sharp curve in 200 meter." It was as if he was trapped in an infinite loop. With each turn, the feeling that someone was getting closer to the van intensified, as if the woman in white were now inside the road. And then he saw her again, the same woman, sitting in the passenger seat, reflected in the rearview mirror. But when he looked beside him, there was no one there. After what felt like the fourth or fifth loop, Lucas saw something new, a sign, half covered by the weeds. Mirante da Serra gas station, 2 kilometer. He sped up with hope. Maybe there would be someone there, coffee, help. When he arrived, he found a decrepit gas station. The pumps were broken, but the lights in the diner were on. Lucas entered. The bell above the door rang. There was no sound, there were no people. On the counter, an old TV was showing static. Then the image changed. It showed a recording of the gas station entrance. Lucas entering, and the woman in white right behind him. He froze. He looked behind him. Nothing. But then he saw it scratched into the wall of the diner. She only appears for those who are about to cross the threshold. As he ran out of the diner, Lucas tried to get back on the road, but it was no longer the same. The forest was darker, more oppressive, and the sky was completely black. No moon, no stars. And then came the whispers. On the off radio, he heard his name. "Lucas! Stop! The time has come!" The van started to malfunction. The headlights flickered. The engine sputtered. On the side of the road he saw something. Not human, not animal. Tall, thin, with limbs too long. Grey skin, no face, eyes like embers. It didn't walk. It slid, and behind the creature, the woman. Now with empty eyes, a stitched-up smile, she pointed at Lucas just like before and whispered something inaudible, but he understood it clearly inside his mind. You've passed the point of no return. When the sun came up, Lucas's van was found abandoned on the side of Highway 237, engine running, the driver's side door open, but there was no sign of him. Inside the van, on the passenger seat, there was only a wet white dress, and on the dashboard, scratched with a fingernail, he stopped for me. To this day, drivers passing on Highway 237 report anomalies. Some say time stops, the clock freezes at 3:33 a.m. Others see a woman in white always at the same curve. But most ignore it, speed up, pretend they didn't see, and they're better off. Because the road doesn't lead to a destination, it leads you to the end of yourself.